You gotta watch this.
I ended up losing the man that I was supposed to marry because I was too hot. I was thinking I was and had options. And I did. But they wasn't good options. I ended up losing a man that I would call 3 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to cuddle. And this man was coming town to see me. You know what I mean? 3 o'clock in the morning. What man you know doing that? I had a man that knew me and my son was in the house hot as fuck. He went out of his way and spent $300 on getting me and my baby a air conditioner to put in our house. And me and that man ended up hitting a rough patch in our relationship. And I decided to go seek, other options because I thought they was better.
Wow, so just to run that back, she had a man who would drop everything at 3 o'clock in the morning just to come by and cuddle with her. And not only cared for her, but also cared for the well-being of her child because they was in this hot house, and he went and got an air conditioner for them so that they wouldn't have to worry about that heat. Sounds like somebody who really cared about this woman. Let's continue.
And at the time, dealing with it and being in the midst of it, it might have seemed like it was better. It might have seemed like, yeah, this is a lot better. But, after it's all said and done, that wasn't better. You know why? Because that man that I was supposed to marry wouldn't have had me dealing with my pregnancy alone. He wouldn't have left me out to go to every single appointment by myself. He wouldn't have had me in a delivery room by myself giving birth to not one, but 2 babies at one time. That man wouldn't have missed his kid's first birthday. That man wouldn't have not seen his kids in over a year in person. That man wouldn't have fed me bull and lies and excuses on why he couldn't be there or why he can't show up. He would have made a way. And it's like, I just say all of this to say, like, you really don't know what you got until it's gone. And you really don't know the value of things until it's gone. And I'm not even trying to bash my baby father or anything like that or speak down on him. But it's like, if I had known better at the time and I wasn't so young, dumb, and full of I wouldn't have did that, If I had known better, I would have done better.
Woo! So that goes to say, just because you hit a rough patch in your relationship, unless it's something that's irreparable, I'd say try to work it out. We all have our flaws, and we may have disagreements. But instead of going through the storm, she decided to go with her options. And look how that turned out. Well, it sounds like she got pregnant again with twins. No help at all. He didn't come to the doctor's appointments. He didn't show up when she needed him. I guarantee you she couldn't call on him at 3 o'clock in the morning and expect him to be there. And she threw away a good relationship because of a disagreement.
And every day I'm working towards trying to forgive myself for that because he didn't deserve that. And women make mistakes too. It really ain't all the men that out here that be cheating and lying and doing stuff like that. Like, women have babies on men too, and I'm sadly one of them. But I love my kids with everything in me, and I wouldn't trade them for nothing in the world. But I just wished I would have picked a better father for them.
This has to be heartbreaking. This is a reminder that sometimes we don't realize the value of what we have until we've lost it. The good man that she had was ready to be there for her, to support her emotionally, probably in other ways too. I mean, it's easy to get caught up in the illusion of new things, new adventures, new opportunities, new people. But we need to recognize and appreciate the people that we do have in our lives. The ones who show up, who care, and who are there when we need them the most. So what can we take away from this? Don't let the illusion of endless options make you overlook the real gems that you already have. Don't make the mistake of thinking the grass is greener on the other side. And this is for men and women. Drop your comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe, follow. You know what to do. Let's go.
Leaving someone who truly cared was wrong because genuine love and support are rare. She abandoned loyalty for fleeting desires, only to realize too late the value of what she lost. Regret followed, teaching her that chasing illusions cannot replace the stability and devotion she once had.
There's some important papers I need you to read.
A divorce?
Yes, I want a divorce.
You ain't getting no divorce around here. What you want a divorce for?
Because I'm not happy. I'm not going to stay in a marriage that I'm not happy in. I've already been unhappy for the past 2 years I've been with you. Baby, I'm tired of it. I want happiness. I want to be free.
All the stuff I do for you, yo, I provide, I make sure you good, I make sure your kids good, I make sure everything done around
Okay,
you.
but I can do that myself. You are just
So why
not
you ain't do it
enough for
yourself?
me. I was doing it when you met. I was good when you met me. I'm not attracted to you. I don't want to be with you.
So why you take my ring?
Honestly, because my mama told you yes when you asked for my hand in marriage.
So you married me because of what your mom said.
I mean, I was trying to please my family, but look, I just want the paper signed. I don't want to be with you no more.
Who you want to be with?
That ain't your damn business.
That is my business. You my wife.
I fell in love with a woman.
A woman?
Yes, a woman.
What kind of, what?
She can do a whole bunch of things that you cannot do.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I don't have to
Yeah,
fake certain things anymore. I won't do this no
You out
more.
of pocket, yo.
I
You out of pocket. You don't make no sense right now.
I do make
You don't
sense.
no
I do make sense.
right
I am about to live in my truth. I want to live in my truth.
No, what you did was cheat, and you think you in love.
I am.
Okay.
This girl gave me in 30 days what you could not give me in 2 years. And I don't want to do it with you no more. I want you out because she's moving in.
I'm not going nowhere.
You need to get out or I will throw
You're
you
gonna
out.
be a happy
You need
family.
to get
You're gonna be a
I ain't got
happy
time for
family.
this. You better,
I'm not going no. You better call the
better get out.
police. You better call the police. I'm telling you now.
you better get out. Get out.
I'm not doing none
Get
of
out.
that.
Get out. Get out. Get out my house. Get out.
I'm not
Get out.
going
Get out.
nowhere.
Get the fuck out my house. Get out my
Really,
house. Get out my house. Get out my house. And don't come back.
I'll be back.
Yeah, okay. And my girl gonna be here to take care of that. Fuck.
It was wrong for her to leave a husband who provided and supported every need. Financial stability is a foundation many overlook until it's gone. By abandoning security and devotion, she chose uncertainty. In the end, regret consumes her, realizing she gave up comfort, loyalty, and unwavering care.
If you are considering leaving your partner, or you think that your partner is about to leave you, listen to the words I'm about to say. Also, if you received this from somebody, you need to bookmark, save, like, take notes on everything I'm about to tell you. I am 5 years post-divorce and I'm remarried. I have a very good relationship with my husband. We have a new daughter together. We're a blended family. I have read over 50-something books on marriage, divorce, attachment theory, all the things, have spent literally tens of thousands of dollars in therapy. And I wish somebody would have sent me a video like this before my divorce. Sarah's comment, I made this decision and regret it 100%. My ex was a great man. I just thought I'd be happier alone after 20 years of marriage, but I was miserable and my daughter was miserable. Biggest mistake ever. First of all, Sarah, thank you for your authentic transparency. It is refreshing, but also extremely sad. I'm sorry that you've gone through that. And here's what I want to say. No matter the path you take, whether it's staying in the relationship or going through the divorce, both situations take work. Staying in a relationship takes work to have a healthy marriage. And when you decide or whatever to pull the trigger on divorce, you're going to have an entire set of new things to work on going through your divorce. And then multiply that by 10 if you have children. So if you're watching this and you think your partner is about to leave you, or you're considering leaving your partner, you have to choose your hard, because both are hard. And relationships forever are going to take work. You might think that this relationship is too much work for you and then you move on to somebody else, but surprise, you're going to have to work in that relationship too. So if you haven't even been to therapy with your partner, if you've not picked up a self-help book or listened to podcasts, I'm telling you, before you make the jump to divorce, especially with children, start with that. Start with doing some work, because when you go through a divorce, it is an entire, it takes work to leave somebody. It's not just you sign some papers. When kids are involved, it's not you just sign some papers and you move on. You then have to figure out how to co-parent with somebody that you believe is your enemy. You have to figure out how to pay all of your bills by yourself and be a solo parent. You're going to have to find a new community of friends because the old community that you were in no longer can relate to you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people say before you divorce. I'm telling you, the dynamics change. You might have somebody who brings you to court every 6 months. We call them frequent filers. You're only going to see your kids half the time, most likely, which also means you're going to be sharing holidays. So you're going to spend some holidays probably alone without your children. You literally are going to miss out on half of your children's lives. Half. It is the most painful thing. There are no words. So I'm just saying you have to choose your hard here. Both are extremely hard. It's hard. Even in my new relationship with my husband, it takes work. He and I have gone to, marriage conferences and read so many books together, and we have set time aside every single morning to have coffee and connect with each other. We are constantly sending each other podcasts and books, and because he's gone through divorce, I've gone through divorce, we have agreed we are never going to go through that pain again. But we also, some of that pain that comes with divorce is watching your children suffer, and we don't ever want our kids to experience anything remotely close to that ever again. Now, I have to say, this does not apply to all situations. There are some situations with abuse and things like that where, yes, you need to leave. I am not talking to those situations. I'm talking to the people who they just don't get along, or they don't like their spouse or whatever, and they're like, man, I could probably be happier somewhere else. One of the comments that was on this video, he said something about how it was the best decision for him, but the worst decision for his kids. And man, I was like, yes, I resonate with that. Because I can find happiness and peace and joy and all of that, but the children, it's devastating. So choose your hard. My recommendation, and take it or leave it, is to at least try the hard first before you break your family on purpose. Try going to counseling, try the books, try all of that, and send this to somebody if you're thinking about leaving your partner, because what they're telling you is, let's do this hard before we have to do that hard.
Some women do not realize how good they have it until they lose it.
Free again. The streets are glad to have me back. They think the grass is greener on the other side. They get a bench, look over the fence, it's dust. She's watching her single friends who don't have any commitment, and they're being influenced by all these other women. Now you say that you were lacking the fun, you were lacking the excitement out of the relationship. You decide that you're going to take a step back and go and be out there in these streets. And now they're looking at you as a sneaky link. They're looking at you as a fun time. And now here you are, it was your idea, and you've given somebody else the opportunity that you are now looking for, which you already had.
That's absolutely correct. Married women should stop taking advice from single women. How can they take advice from a woman that can't get a man? In the end, they become like them.
Divorce my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them.
I am absolutely sorry. If there's anything on my part that I've done, maybe I've not made you feel like a man, maybe I haven't loved you enough, maybe I've neglected some things that I can't think of. Tunji, I'm sorry, because you know I tried everything. You know I love you so much, and I'm sorry. I never wanted to divorce. I never wanted to come to this, and I'm just really sorry, and I want him to get better. And I'm not saying this for the camera, but I'll always pray for him.
Many women end up regretting divorce because life often becomes harder afterward. The financial support, stability, and shared responsibilities they once had are gone, leading to a noticeable drop in living standards. Bills, housing, and daily expenses can become overwhelming alone. While freedom may feel good at first, the long-term reality is often challenging. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more.